It was told that 1,000 years ago and more, in an Asian kingdom, now known as Cambodia, there lived a king who was exceedingly kind and just, and his queen who was extremely beautiful. The people's pleasure in their royal sovereigns would have been complete, except for one thing. There was no heir to the throne. One fine night, followed by her attendants, the queen sought the coolness of the palace gardens. Her eyes took in the beauty of the old temple buildings, and her lips smiled, but in her heart there was little joy. For there would be no one to inspire her people to create and to build for the future generations to come. She knew that although her husband the king did not say it, in order not to hurt her feelings, his mind and heart yearned for a son who could inherit the throne. And the queen, for tender love of her lord, longed to give him a son a son as kind, as just as her royal husband. But alas, neither wishes nor love sufficed to beget for her lord an heir. And gloom hovered over the kingdom like a depressing cloud. So in her soul she prayed that God take pity and endow on her a son. Thus she prayed, while outwardly seeming to be happy, deeply hiding her sadness and despair. Suddenly, from out of the heavens, a blaze of green light fell, astonishing the queen and her maids. It was Indra Pensarkea, the supreme god of the Tavatimsa. From his heavenly abode, he had looked earthward and taken pity on the sorrows of their majesties. He decided to perpetuate their dynasty. Upon the queen he showered fragrant blossoms. From the celestial flowers, the queen conceived, and in due time would give birth to a son. This son she would name Preya Ket Malaya. queen confided that she had conceived from the flowers.
Bang ấy bang, chùa Việt Vạn này, chim phay nó bang, chùa Việt Vạn này, con bụi tây ấy, tầm nghe chợ ban Việt chợ bọt hai, nhưng mà chặt khơi kia pin bà on mày nhá. Bạn chăm ấy thế bang ấy, chùa Việt Vạn này mà thầy thế, ta nhom đôi chim xua khuôn sao chơi từ nhỏ ăn khuôn bang. Nên cái bà Việt bọt thơ tàu anh á, bạn chăm chừng cất non kia tới bang, chùa Việt Vạn này.
At nearly the same time, a goddess was condemned by Indra for stealing 6 flowers from a painter. For 6 years must she live on earth as the wife of this mortal. Do not prostrate yourself to me, said the goddess, for I was sent by Indra to be your wife. A son, Prayopisnikar, was born from this union of goddess and artist. So great was his genius for building and sculpture that Indra placed him under the tutorship of the builder gods. On his knees, Prayopisnikar awaited his lord, Prayakhetamalaya. Both had grown into manhood, and Prayakhetamalaya was on the eve of his coronation. Prayakhetamalaya, too, had visited the abodes of the gods. He had taken a fancy to their dwellings, and had ordered Prayopisnikar to build their replicas in his realm. Prayopisnikar had obeyed. And now, Prayopisnikar exhibited his handiwork, the earthly counterparts of the temples of the gods. And that, says the legend, was how Angkor was built. This was the most glorious of all days, the coronation of Preah Malaya. Once more, Indra came down to earth to place with his own hands the gold crown on the head of his son. Then give to him the sacred sword, symbol of his absolute power. Thus Indra bestowed upon the realm, for the first time, the name Cambodia, Cambodia as the country is now known, and wished Preah Ketmalaya, his son, a long and glorious reign. History calls Preah Ketmalaya Jayavaman II. He was the first Deva Raja, or God King of Cambodia, the first powerful Khmer sovereign to unite all of Cambodia under one rule. And the legend goes on to relate that Preah Indra Pinsorkia, for the entertainment of his son, ordered the celestial dancers, the Apsaras, to reveal the secrets of their dancing to the Cambodians. The philosophy, the legends, the essence of religion are woven into the royal dance as they are woven into the daily lives of the Cambodian people. Be they queen or subject, dancer or teacher, Cambodians are devout, and they know the teaching of the Lord Buddha. Nothing in this world is permanent. Everything is transitory. Themselves testament to the passage of time, these teachers once were dancers of the Royal Ballet Corps. Their dancing time has passed, but they still are valued by the court, for their minds and bodies remember the movements of the dance and can pass them on to those who will succeed them, as they learn from those whose golden anklets had graced the palace floors before them. Hand guiding hand, foot following foot, so has been transmitted the dance of the Cambodian royal palace from generation to generation. There is no written manual. Teacher transmits tradition to pupil. One of the wonders of the Cambodian dance is that it has retained its purity down through the 1,000 years. To the spirits of the past kings of Cambodia, to their majesties Andong, Norodom, Sisawat, Monibong, Suramarit, and others long before, a plea is made by a queen concerned for the well-being of her people. Her plea is made in the form of a ceremony called Buong Sung, because she asks for peace for her nation and her people. This ceremony must be perfect. The ritual food offerings of the finest are served on solid gold plates. The tapers and incense sticks must burn cleanly. There can be no flaw, for this is offered for the protection of the Cambodian people.
សូមប្រដៅជាតម្កល់លើត្បូង
The ballet dancers, who are an integral part of the royal court, receive food offerings, which they in turn will present to the spirits of former kings. A Khmer princess joins the ranks of the dancers in a ballet arranged especially by Her Majesty the Queen for this Buong Sung. Performed by Her Royal Highness, Princess Popatevi, the dance is to further the pleasure of the spirits of the former kings while they enjoy the food offerings. in its perfection of posture, its adherence to classic forms, and its deliberate pace, this ancient dance offers to the royal ancestors of the princess the utmost in reverence. This is the Cambodian ballet at its height of perfection. Conceived by artists long forgotten, polished and perfected over a millennium, it is a unique contribution to the world's culture. When it was introduced in Paris for the first time in 1908, Auguste Rodin, arbiter of the arts in Europe at the time, wrote, "The Cambodians have shown us all that antiquity can contain. Their classics are as great as ours. It is impossible to see human nature brought to a higher state of perfection. We have only the Cambodians and the Greeks. They have found postures which we had not dreamed of, movements which were unknown to us even in ancient times. Since then, the Royal Ballet has won the acclaim of audiences the world over, has gained a renown surpassed only by the masterpieces at Angkor. This fame and the enduring freshness of the royal dance, which lies behind the acclaim, are due to the care lavished on the ballet by the Cambodian royal family itself. Forming an intimate part of palace life, it is participated in by young princes and princesses who grow up steeped in its discipline and lore. And in the country of its birth, the dance has influence far beyond the palace walls. The grace it has perfected and perpetuated, the gestures it has preserved and refined, are reflected in the greetings, the popular dance, the purity of movement of the Cambodian in his everyday life. Created for ancient kings and carefully preserved, the Cambodian ballet remains a cultural legacy cherished by the modern world.